Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever imported data into Power BI and found your columns and rows are flipped, don't worry, you're not alone. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly and confidently transpose your data in Power BI. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to switch your axes with just a few straightforward steps, making your reports way more usable and your data much easier to analyze. Let's jump right in. First up, you'll want to make sure you have your data set loaded into Power BI. Once you're looking at your data, go ahead and right-click on it. You'll see a menu pop up. Look for the option that says Edit Query and give that a click. This is going to take you into the Power Query Editor, which is basically the control room for cleaning and reshaping your data before it lands in your final reports. Editing queries might sound a little technical, especially if you're newer to Power BI, but trust me, it's pretty intuitive, and it gives you a ton of control over how your data looks. Now, once you're in the Power Query Editor, take a look at the toolbar at the top. There's a button here labeled Use Headers as First Row. Click that. What this does is take whatever you currently have as your column headers and moves them into the first row of your data. You might be wondering why you'd want to do this, but here, the key. Power BI needs to treat all your data the same way, so before we can flip the axes, we need to bring those headers down to the same level as the rest of the data. Think of it like laying out all your playing cards before shuffling the deck. Next, with your headers now part of your main data set, look further along the toolbar towards the section called Transform. This is where the magic happens. Click on Transform and then you'll see the option for Transpose. Go ahead and click Transpose. This feature flips your data, turning your columns into rows and your rows into columns. It's kind of like turning a table on its side. Everything gets rearranged so you can work with your data from a whole new perspective. Depending on how much data you have, this might take a second, so don't worry if your computer pauses for a moment. Alright, once your data is transposed, notice that your original row of headers is now sitting in the top row, not as column headers. To fix this and make everything readable again, head back over to the Home tab at the top of the screen. Once you're there, find the button that says Use First Row as Headers and click it. What this does is grab that top row and use each cell as the official column header for your data set, restoring structure so everything lines up perfectly. And just like that, you've transposed your data in Power BI. Your rows are now columns and columns are rows, making it way easier to pivot your analysis or match up your data with other sources. This process is super useful whenever you import data that was set up for a different system, or if you want to see your metrics from an entirely fresh angle. If this was helpful, give the video a like. Drop any questions or share your Power BI stories in the comments. I love helping out and hearing how these tutorials are working for you. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical Power BI tips just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.